Well, welcome, Paige. You are our second interview for highlighting our trainers. It's just an opportunity for us at CCI to share the trainers with people that go through training and to know some of our backgrounds and what brought us into this business. I'm going to introduce Paige and then we'll ask a few questions as we did with Laura's interview. Paige is a certified addiction counselor in the state of Georgia with more than 20 years of experience facilitating and training others in evidence-based practices. She owns River Road Counseling and Consulting Services and supported accountability courts for nearly 2 decades. Paige is also a certified clinical evaluator and a treatment provider for DBHDD, conducting clinical DUI evaluations and providing ASAM Level 1 services to veteran populations. She became an MRT facilitator in 1999, a trainer in 2006, and now helps guide others through the train the trainer process. So welcome, Paige.
Hey, Kathy.
I know we've known each other a long time, haven't we?
We really have.
The first question I'm going to ask, why did you become an MRT trainer?
When I first started working in the criminal justice system, I was in my early 20s, straight out of college. I was a probation officer. I saw a lot of the same individuals kind of cycling in and out. It just really felt like a revolving door. At that particular time in my life, I was really cynical. I really didn't believe that people could change. I had the mindset that the best thing that we can do as a society was to lock people up because if they were locked up, then at least that they wouldn't be committing crimes while they were behind the bars. So I was introduced to MRT when a supervisor volunteered me, or I like to say voluntold me, to go to Memphis for a training so I could come back and facilitate groups. I still remember, I think you were there. I know Dr. Robinson led the training. I do remember that. I did not expect it, but that training really just completely changed my perspective, not only with work, but in my personal life as well. Keep in mind that I knew absolutely nothing at all about programs or facilitating, but I literally saw people transforming before my eyes. And I knew it wasn't me. It couldn't be me because I didn't know anything at all at that particular time. So it had to be the curriculum. So that change was really fascinating to me. And I wanted to become better at it. I wanted to learn more. So thankfully, I was able to become a certified MRT trainer, and that pushed me to learn more about CBT programs and also substance use disorders.
Thank you. What was your first MRT training like? Once you go through the trainer process and then you have to do that first one, what was that like?
Okay, so I tried to think about this, and I honestly don't remember like the very first MRT training that I ever led, because that was probably for my agency, but I absolutely remember my first training as a representative of CCI. I was flying to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was really excited about it, but also really, really nervous because I think at that point I'd only flown like one or two other times in my life, and I was just terrified of the Atlanta airport. But I flew to New Mexico, and I was wearing sweatpants and tennis shoes. I remember this because when I landed, the airline had lost my luggage. I had no work clothes at all. It was really late in the evening. Nearly every store in town was closed. I just had this moment of panic about how I was going to look professional at my very first training the next morning. I ended up at Walmart, and I remember just searching for anything that would even be remotely appropriate. It was really slim pickings, but I was going to make it work. I stayed up all night just hoping that my luggage would show up, and it did. Long story short, it was delivered at 6 a.m. I had just enough time to shower and get out the door. I was completely exhausted that first day from not sleeping, but what I do remember is that the training went really, really well, and it was a lot of fun. I loved being able to explore a new city. It definitely taught me some life lessons. It taught me to be adaptable and flexible and not be so uptight when the unexpected happens. When you're training, the unexpected is almost always going to happen. The other thing that it taught me to this day is that I no longer fly to training really late the night before training. I always give myself plenty of time just in case.
I think your story is one that all the trainers can probably relate to. Especially getting in late, not having your luggage. What do you like most about when you do MRT trainings? What's your favorite part of that?
Yeah, I've been doing it for over 20 years, and I just absolutely love it. I love helping facilitators understand the why behind MRT. It's really just a cool moment, like a light bulb moment when they connect the steps to real life client behavior. I also really, really love traveling. That's probably one of the very best parts is, meeting new people and just learning how other agencies in the field are doing things with the justice-involved population.
Very nice. And then our last question is going to be, how have you used any of the MRT concepts in your own life?
I feel like a lot of people would probably say the same thing. It's probably the same step that helps our participants the most. So that for me would be step 3, acceptance. Learning to let go of what I can't control and to focus on what I can control has honestly been really life-changing for me, because I'm someone who tends to take on a lot. I'm always on the go. So just reminding myself of that step really keeps me grounded. And sometimes I literally have to repeat it like a mantra, like, I can't control that, let it go. I cannot control that, let it go. Another part of MRT that's really influenced my personal life is the goal setting process. Writing down goals, breaking them into smaller steps, just, holding myself accountable has really pushed me forward in my career and in my education. One of my very favorite quotes from the MRT workbook is that a major difference between people who are happy and successful in life and those who are unhappy and unsuccessful is that the happy, successful people chart their course in life. I really do believe that. It reminds me that if I want to grow, if I want to accomplish my goals, then I'm going to have to be intentional. I'm going to have to write things down. I'm going to have to look at them over and over and plan, because that's really how progress happens.
Very nice. Well, Paige, thank you for doing this. We appreciate you and all that you've done through the years with CCI and all your work and your dedication to MRT and our customers. And we are really, really thankful to have you as a trainer.
Well, I absolutely love it. I can't imagine not ever working with CCI. So I appreciate the opportunity to do this.
All right. Thank you.